Hello anyone, Mr. Skyson here, and welcome back to more Love at First Sight. Last time, we hunted down the Cyclops girl and got her to tell us her name. We're not playing a stalker, I swear. Today, who knows, maybe we'll get her number, home address, blood sample, list of places she frequents. Let's go. The next day, lunch. Gotta love that bell. I'm going to try to find Sachi again today, but first... Alright, I need some help, but let's make it quick. We're holding a war council as we're finishing up our lunches. War council? Serious stuff? Quick it is. What do you think is the best way to become friends with her? How should I know? I don't know her. What makes you think I know? Ha, I like you, Tomo. We're on the same page. Okay, no, not just her. I mean in general. How do you make friends? Ah, that's painful. Didn't you have any friends at your old school? Ah, that's painful. Well, yeah, but... Then you should know, shouldn't you? No, it's not like I had to try to make friends. I just sort of became friends with people without realizing it, I guess. That's why I need advice. And that's kind of what happens to everyone. I mean, true. Everybody just sort of meets and then they meet again. And then they meet again, and suddenly they're friends.
Okay, my turn now.
Akemi, who's been silent up until now, suddenly shouts, startling me. I think I peed a little. Honestly, I don't think she'll have any useful advice on this subject, but I want to eat my lunch, so I stay quiet and let her talk. Wouldn't she have plenty of advice? She's the loud, boisterous one who's, like, super friendly.
Akon, the answer is simple. You just have to remember when you first met us.
How will that help me make friends with her? It's a little depressing if our first meeting is the only frame of reference she has. Yeah, okay, maybe. When I met you?
Yeah, because we became friends pretty easily. Of course, it's not like you can resist my fantastic charm, but still.
No, at the same time, I was thinking, these guys are weird. I only got to know you out of morbid curiosity.
What? That's mean.
You have very large hands. I can be mean to you. It's not nice of me, but I can. The fact that you are able to get along with us nerds means you're also weird, doesn't it? True. I'm not denying that.
No, deny it. I'm not weird, I promise.
I don't know what you're so worried about. You're more sociable than me, and not as loud as Akemi. You're like the best of both worlds.
Why are you guys always ganging up on me? That's mean.
Anyway, the point is that you don't want to scare her away, right? Wait, is this supposed to be Tomo's line? Yeah, pretty much. Are their lines swapped? I feel like those two lines are swapped. But okay, moving on.
You're ignoring me again.
And you were going to find her today, right? Maybe? What of it? Yeah, I'm planning to, but I want to eat my lunch here. Last time I met her, having food with me just got in the way, and I don't think she got to eat anything. Besides, I don't want to spend the entire lunch break with her and leave these two hanging. Are you sure you can stand being away from us? Sometimes I think this guy can read minds. He really doesn't look it, but he does care about other people. And is psychic. I'm still not convinced he's not a psychic zombie or something. I think I'll manage. I'm more worried about leaving you alone with Akemi. Fair? Don't remind me. I do like having someone else around who can keep this fool in check.
What did you just call me?
I wonder if I should even go. You sure you can keep her in check on your own if I'm not here? And then again, Sachi should be finishing up her lunch soon. I've been finishing up my own lunch in a hurry as we were talking as well. Since Sachi's eating alone, she probably won't take as long to finish her food. Yeah, she won't have you there pestering her.
Sachi? Is that the one-eyed girl?
Didn't I already introduce you to her name? Maybe not. Come to think of it, I don't remember her whole name. Ah, right. Usui Sachi.
Sachi, huh? Well, she'll be Sachan then. When you finally introduce her to me, I'll call her Sachan.
Fine. That reminds me, when I first met Akemi, she immediately gave me the nickname Makun, and she didn't seem to care that I had only known her for about a minute. Not that I dislike her, but the speed at which she gets close to people is a bit unsettling, to say the least. Yeah, I can see that. Somebody tries to force themselves on you as your new best friend, Especially when you're somebody that likes to take their time with things like that. Yeah, I can see how it's unsettling. It's like, oh my god, you're suddenly part of my life. Why? Step back a little. You're deciding on a nickname for her before you even meet her?
Well, I'm not the one who's going to go meet her. Makun, hurry up and introduce her to us so I don't have to worry about befriending her on my own.
Yeah, I get it. In that case, I'd better hurry so Akemi doesn't have to think too hard and risk shorting out her brain.
My brain isn't going to short out. Hey, wait a minute.
Good luck. Thanks. You're gonna need it. What? Nothing. I glance at the whining Akemi before packing my lunch and leaving the classroom. Of course, there's no guarantee I'll actually find her. Sachi is probably just finishing her lunch by now, and I'm sure she'll go somewhere else when she does. There's also the possibility she chose to eat somewhere else in order to avoid me. What? No, you only invited yourself into her little nook of the school twice in a row and made her nervous. No, that's just silly talk. I guess I won't know until I go, though. There she is. I have you cornered now. Alright, she's here after all. Same place, same frightened look. Hey, how's it going?
Oh my god, it's you again. Why are you following me around? Hello?
Is she on guard again this time? She seems calmer than she did yesterday. It looks like she just finished her lunch. Her lunchbox is closed. Either that or she hasn't started. Now what do? I came all this way without a plan. I don't even know what I'm here to talk to her about. I suppose I should think of something to say, first of all. I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I just want to be friends, you know?
Friends? What are friends? Is that food?
Her darting eye tells me that I still don't have her trust yet. The only thing I can tell for sure is that she's suspicious of me. Well, I mean, you are an eldritch creature, so plenty of reason to be suspicious. Yeah, do you not want me to be here?
You don't have to leave, but...
In that case, I'll just invite myself over here. Can I talk with you for the rest of lunch break?
Okay.
Great, she hasn't rejected me yet. She is pulling a knife on me, but she hasn't rejected me yet. I'm taking that as a win. Alright, thanks. I sit down on the stairs next to her, same as yesterday, shoulder to shoulder. What were we talking about yesterday? Oh, right. Something about books?
Yeah, books.
You like reading books, right? Are you some kind of nerd? Do you read manga and stuff?
I like reading novels. Mostly just novels.
I see. So you don't like manga then? You some kind of nerd hater?
No, I like them. It's just, I don't have any money for manga. Novels either. I borrow books from the library. The school's library, I mean. They don't have manga.
So that's it. Hey, if you want, I can lend you some of my manga. I have a few novels too, not just manga, but I figured that she'd be more interested in what she hasn't gotten much of a chance to read.
Huh? Are you sure?
Yep. What genres do you like? I mean, I don't have a ton, but my collection's not too small either. I could lend you some of my favorites.
Is it really okay? You shouldn't go out of your way for me.
I said it's fine, didn't I? Am I gonna have to smack you around and give you these books? It's really not a big deal. I'm just happy we have something in common.
I see. Thank you very much.
If you have some you want to read, let me know. What genres do you like? As I said before.
Any genre is fine, besides scary stories, or painful ones.
Horror's no good then, eh? Cyclops like you all roughed up looking like a monster story? You don't like that kind of thing? Too relatable, huh? So you don't have a favorite genre then?
Sorry.
There's no reason to apologize. Alright. The book you were reading yesterday, what was it? Can you let me see it? Oh, it's your diary, hey? Definitely let me see it.
This?
She points at the book she laid next to her.
It's a science fiction book.
Sci-fi? You don't look like you'd be interested in that sort of thing. I read those too, actually.
I really don't care about genre. If it's interesting, I'll read it.
Anything that's interesting is good, right? This looks like a good book. Anyway, I'll try to choose some I think you'll like. Why don't I bring you some of the ones I usually recommend to people? I mean, I'm that way too. Anything that's interesting, like, I'm that way with music. If it has a good enough beat, I don't care, I'll listen to it.
Okay, I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. By the way, how is this book? I've heard of it before, but I've never actually read it.
It's okay, I guess.
There's a lot less tension between us now than there was yesterday. I guess she's gotten over my weird stalker vibes and eldritch face, or maybe it's just that she really likes books. Her voice is still shaky and afraid, but it looks like she's becoming a lot more comfortable with me. She may not be used to be talking with other people, but it doesn't seem like she's opposed to a good conversation. There's that bell again. And then the bell interrupts us. How dare you? Time to go already, huh? But at least I was able to talk to her more. That's something to be happy about. Oops. Well, we should get going.
Right.
The two of us stand up and start heading down the stairs. Come back here tomorrow, okay? I'll bring the manga I promised.
Oh, okay. Mamoru-senpai?
Yeah? I stop on the steps and turn back towards Sachi just in time to see the katana she's pulled on me. She runs me through quickly and shoves me down the stairs. Everything fades to black. Her voice is so quiet that it's hard to hear over the sound of our footsteps.
I'm really sorry.
Really, I don't mind lending 1 or 2 books. It's not a big deal.
It's not that, coming up here to talk to me,
What is she getting at exactly? Usually when people offer to do nice things for you, you say thanks, not sorry. Get it right, One-Eye. Jeez, what's wrong with you? Not that you have to bow or anything like that. Undying servitude, sure, but you don't have to bow. Actually, I should be thanking you for talking to me.
Sorry.
There you go again.
Sorry. I mean, thanks. Thank you.
Yep, glad I can help. We're descending the stairs as we talk, and before I know it, we're at the 2nd floor, where my classroom is. She's got 1 more floor to go, since she's a first-year student. Alright, this is my stop. See you tomorrow.
Sure, tomorrow then.
She seems to be getting a bit more relaxed. Sort of. We go our separate ways. Sachi goes to the 1st floor while I return to my classroom on this floor. Meanwhile, in the classroom... Well, I did it. I talked to a girl. Huzzah! I only just met her, but surprisingly, we actually made a promise to meet up again. It's only been a day, but I feel like we've gotten much closer. Much closer. She smells nice. While I'm in my afternoon classes, I think about what kind of manga I should lend her and try to remember what's on my bookshelves. Dots. More dots. Oh, that's all the dots. And then, the next day. Morning, I enter my classroom and notice that Akame and Tomo are already here. They both seem very confused as they look from me to the paper bag I'm holding. What? It's just drugs.
Oh, Makun, what's that? You opening a store?
No, just a bag of drugs. Nothing suspicious. I was talking with Sachi a bit yesterday and I told her I'd lend her some of my manga. And drugs. Mostly the manga. Nothing suspicious. I think you brought a few too many. Tomo sounds more surprised than anything. Really? I couldn't tell. Yeah, I think you're right. Too many drugs, not enough books. I may have made a mistake. The medium-sized paper bag I brought along seems to be sagging under the weight of the manga inside. Medium size? Yeah, maybe a few too many. Didn't you notice how heavy it was when you tried to lift it? Not really. I make it a habit of lifting cars to get around town, so... Like, a bag of books, that's not very heavy for me. I guess I didn't somehow. What with the car lifting.
Is Sachan an Amazon or something? She's gonna have a hard time carrying that bag home otherwise, you know.
It's almost like I'm planning this out so I get to follow her home carrying the books for her. I'm starting to worry about that myself. I don't think it'll be impossible for her, but it probably will be hard. Don't you think it would be better to give the books to her a few at a time? Probably. I was assuming it would just be a couple of books and then there we go, tra-la-la. Our protagonist decided otherwise. I guess so. I'll let her borrow them all eventually, I suppose. Aside from that, though, I've got something more urgent I need to take care of right now. I quickly turn to Akame and bow my head. Huh? What's up? Please let me see your homework. Really? Casual school stuff. You didn't do it. This is the second time today I've heard Tomo sound surprised. That's a new record, I think. Really, I'm not hearing it. No, yesterday I was looking through my bookshelves trying to find books I could lend to Sachi. I was flipping through each book to determine whether or not it would be good for her, and, well, that's all I ended up doing last night. You spent the entire day going through your books? You don't know your books well enough? You're saying you spent the whole day reading manga instead of doing your homework? Yeah, we're on the same page here, Tomo. I suppose that's it in a nutshell, yeah. So, Akemi, help me out here. Incidentally, there's a reason I'm asking Akemi. She's a big nerd. Despite the fact that she's kind of an airhead personality-wise, she's actually a really good student. I wouldn't say she's smart exactly, but she does seem like the studious type. That's not to say that Tomoyori's grades are bad or anything, but it's easier to ask Akemi than him. Yeah, I could see that. He would reluctantly do it, maybe, if you pestered him a lot, but otherwise he would just let you suffer the consequences.
I guess I have to. I'll think of it as an investment into my future rendezvous with Sachan.
Wait, don't put weird obligations on me.
No, I'm just setting the table so I can meet her sooner.
Sooner? You'll meet her when I'm good and ready to serve her on a platter to you. Setting the table? We're not going out to eat.
Well, maybe later. I'm hungry. So you don't want to see my homework then?
I didn't say that. I will concentrate wholly on the work at hand, so please allow me to see it.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
That was an odd exchange. Oh, okay. So we're just going back to this. I thought there was going to be dialogue. Lunchtime. What, no bell? Before I can think about which books I'm going to lend her, I have to haul all the manga I brought up to the stairway to the roof first. Why would you bring the entire bag? That seems excessive. Hey, what's up? Turns out she's not here, he's just talking to himself.
Hello, Amoru-senpai. What's that? Is that drugs?
Her gaze shifts onto my paper bag. Does it really stand out that much, being a large paper bag full of books? I picked out some manga for you to read, but I guess I brought a few too many.
Yeah, I'll say that probably weighs more than me. There are a lot.
Do you walk to school?
Yes.
I thought you might. I brought 2 or 3 different series, so go ahead and pick out which ones you want to read. You can take a few at a time, but I don't want to overload you.
Sorry.
Nah, I'm the one who should be apologizing. Anyway, check these out.
Okay.
The bag crinkles as I dig my hand into it, and I pile up a tower of manga on the steps. Sachi cautiously extends a hand toward my tower. Oh my. But she looks like she's about to commit some grave sin. I guess she's never borrowed manga from anyone before. She looks scared for some reason.
No, it's not that. The last manga that I tried to borrow pulled a knife on me. That's why I look like this.
But she starts to sort through them, and as she's reading the summaries and flipping through the pages of the books, her expression loosens up a little. Dots.
This one looks really interesting.
Hey, she's smiling. More dots.
Oh, I saw a bunch of copies of this one lined up at the bookstore a little while ago.
More dots.
This one, if I remember right, they say they're going to make it into a movie.
Even more dots. So, did you find one that you like, or are we just gonna sit here all day?
Yes, they all look so interesting, I can't decide. This one, and this one. Wait, no, this one.
Well, at least she's a little bit more chatty today. That's something. I wait patiently as Sachi begins to fidget restlessly and turn her head to me for guidance. There's no hurry. Pick whichever ones you want. Ah, the bell. The bell drowns out my sentence. More time has passed than I'd realized. Curse you, lunch bell!
Sorry. Okay, I'll take this one and this one.
Hey, are you doing anything after school? You wanna maybe go get some coffee? I don't drink coffee, but it'd give me time to be around you, sniff you a little, get some hair samples. I mean, we can go for a walk. Yes. Or are you just going right home? I can follow you home.
Huh? I'm going right home.
I can help you carry them to your house. After class, wait for me at the school's gates.
Huh?
I hastily pack the manga back in the paper bag, and before she can say anything at all otherwise, I'm already heading down the stairs with the bag in my arms, fingers in my ears so I can't hear her tell me no. Just before I turn the corner, I catch a glimpse of Sachi and say, "Haha, I invited myself to your home. See you after school."
Wait, senpai, Why did you say that so creepily?
Having more or less forced this onto her, much like Akemi probably would, I leave the shaken Sachi and return to my classroom. After school... Looks like during school. Look at all the students. Oh geez, okay, walking all the way outside, huh? Dots. I leave the school building carrying a heavy paper bag. I have no idea how far Sachi's house is from the school, but it wouldn't be right to make her carry all this home. Come to think about it, I don't even know where her house is. I've been stalking her a while, but I haven't seen her go home yet. I don't know what I'm going to do if it's far in the opposite direction of my own house. No, I agreed to this, so even if it is in the opposite direction, I'll go all the way there. All the way. I really didn't think this through, though, did I? Now that I think about it, it's like I'm tricking her into showing me where her home is. It's almost like I planned this. Isn't it kind of creepy if someone you've only known for a few days finds out where you live? Nah, that's perfectly normal. A lot of people do that, right? Right? What if she thinks I'm creepy? No, she loves me. She said so herself earlier, right? That's the voice that I heard in my head, anyway. As I'm thinking about this, I leave the gates and survey the area. Where's Sachi? I suddenly worry that she silently left without me. I guess I was too pushy. I didn't even wait for her to agree to let me walk her home. If she decided to go home on her own, it wouldn't be out of place, and I would have no right to complain anyway. If that's the case, wouldn't she have come to my classroom to give me back my manga first? Not necessarily if she hadn't read it yet.
Senpai?
No sooner do I hear her voice than I realize she's standing next to me looking up. Where the hey did she come from? She really snuck up on me. Wait, why do I suddenly have a knife in my stomach?
Shall we go?
I look over and confirm that it is in fact her next to me, then watch as she quickly leaves the campus, staring at the ground with an uneasy expression. I guess she doesn't like having somebody following her home. It seems like she wants to avoid being seen. With me? Oh, it's me, isn't it? Darn it, I can't help the way I look, alright? I continue after her, hauling the heavy paper bag along. About 10 meters on, that's oddly specific, we turn down a narrow side road, and she slows down to a more normal pace before turning to look at me. Ooh, new art. Cool. She seems to have forgotten what she was about to say. Sorry for forcing you to do this. You must think I'm a jerk.
No, you're not a jerk. I wouldn't go that far anyway. I think I should go home alone, rather than having some guy following me that I don't even know. I don't want to cause you any trouble.
I seem to think about it a bit before thrusting the manga-filled bag at Sachi, crushing her under the massive weight of the books. She hurriedly throws out her arms to try to take it, but crash, bang, boom.
Yeep.
As I take my hands off the bag, Sachi falls forward under its weight. The bundle of books lands with a deep thump as it hits the ground, crushing her poor little feet. Yep, turns out she isn't an Amazon after all, just a frail little girl. See, that's way too heavy for you, isn't it? You need me and my huge muscles. That's why I'm carrying it for you. If you do hate me though, you should say so. That's a little bit harsh, but okay. I pick up the bag of manga again.
But isn't it going to be a pain for you?
No, I invited myself along, didn't I? I want to do this. I want to see where you live. Nope, if it was a pain, I'd tell you. Trust me. Don't worry about it, Sachi. Aren't I the one being a pain here? If you think about it, isn't following someone I barely know to her house kind of rude? And possibly creepy? No, not creepy. Perfectly fine. You love me, right?
No, I don't mind if it's you following me to my house.
Oh my, she does love me. Alright, we're in. Really? Well, I'm glad then. So, which way is your house?
This way.
Alright, let's get going then.
Okay.
The two of us start walking at a steady pace, side by side. Sachi takes short steps, but since I'm weighed down by the heavy books, I match her speed perfectly. We look like a happy couple. What's up?
This guy. Which way is your house? If it's in the opposite direction, I mean, if that's the case, I can carry the manga on my own.
Interesting. Sachi started talking to me on her own? We're making progress. That makes me strangely happy, even if it's only a minor thing.
Amaru-senpai?
No worries. This isn't the street I usually take, but my house is in this direction. What street do you turn on?
I don't turn, the street changes, but basically, I head in this direction the whole way. It's about 3 days trip, I think.
I see. That's good. My house is pretty much straight ahead, so we're probably right in the same neighborhood. Does it take long for you to get to school? Are we neighbors? Can I spy on you through the window?
I think I'm pretty close. It doesn't take too long or anything.
Is that so? Cool, cool.
Isn't that heavy? I think I can help you carry it.
I'm telling you, it's fine. Seriously, don't make me drop it on you again. I did drag this all the way to school from my house this morning, you know. I'm not weak like you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, big jerk.
Come on, I'm the one who invited myself to come along with you, so there's nothing you need to apologize for. You're not doing anything wrong.
Well, okay. Thank you, weirdo.
No problem. Anyway, tomorrow's the weekend, isn't it? Don't worry about rushing through the books just to get them back to me. You have plenty of time after all. Hey, she's smiling again.
Yeah, I guess so. Thank you.
Dots. The two of us lapse into silence for a little while as we continue on. On the way, I noticed something. Even though we're generally heading in the same direction we were when we started, Sachi keeps changing streets. I think it's because she's avoiding streets with a lot of people on them. Don't know why. Is it me? It's me, isn't it? I can't help being an eldritch creature, alright? On top of that, whenever we get to the end of a street, she bows her head as she walks, looking down at the ground. At the end of a street? Why? Hey, is your house on the other side of the shopping mall? How far out do we have to go?
Like I said, it's 3 days travel.
I want her to stop looking down, so I try to start up a conversation again.
No, we're not going that far. It's just a little farther from here. We should be able to see it soon.
I see. My house is a little ways behind us. It's a different street, but we really are in the same neighborhood.
Oh, really? Ah, that's my house over there.
That's a nice plain-looking house. She points at a house a little ways ahead of us. More dots. So many dots today, oh my. Oh, this is your place, huh? Looks nice. We've arrived at a solitary, small, nondescript house. Yes, very bland. Looks very much like every other house.
Thank you very much. I can take them up to my room from here.
Okay, sure. You sure you don't want me to come into your house, into your room, rummage through your things, maybe? I gently hand her the manga, being sure not to drop it into her arms this time. And then she explodes. With a metal clack, the door to Sachi's house opens. A giant demon arm bursts out of the door, grabs her, and rips her inside, the door slamming behind it. I guess that was her dad. Oh, hi. Who are you? Surprised, the two of us turn towards the sound. The woman who comes out stares back at me for a moment. Then she shanks me. Why does everybody keep stabbing me lately? Jeez. But she quickly focuses on Sachi, narrowing her eyes.
Aunt Mayumi, are you going out?
Sachi looks like she's about to cry as she lowers her head, trying to avoid looking at the woman. The abuser? The person Sachi refers to as Aunt Mayumi is a slender woman with a perfect posture and 2 normal eyes instead of 1 giant one. Yep, she looks perfectly average, doesn't she? Yes, something urgent has come up at work. Sachi, who is this boy? She looks me over from top to bottom, twisting the knife a little, her face grave and unsmiling, and her eyes creep onto the bag that I gave Sachi. What? It's just drugs. Jeez, people. She's beautiful, but her stare is so icy it sends shivers down my spine. As she looks okay.
This... from school. Student.
Sachi's voice is tiny, and she bows her head again, flustered, and I'm not sure the woman can hear her. Should I try to point that out? She turns to Sachi, but before she can speak, I open my own mouth, flies pouring out of it. I am Fukunaga Mamoru. I recently transferred schools and met Sachi a few days ago. I came with her so I could carry the bag of books and manga that I'm letting her borrow and sniff some of her clothing. I try to say this as politely as possible, but I'm probably talking way too quickly. I see. Thank you for doing that for her, Mamoru-kan. Her speech is polite, but she says this in a very flat tone, and it's very hard to tell what she's thinking. Of course. Now I must get going. Sachi, since you're late, you'll have to eat alone.
Okay.
Well, she seems pleasant. With that, the woman rushes out of the house, a trail of flames following behind her. I watch her for a bit until she turns the street corner, but she never looks back this way. A family member, eh? You called her your aunt?
Yes, my mother's sister. I'm living with her right now.
I see. I want to ask her about her family situation. but swallow the thought and ask what I think is more important. That woman, your Aunt Mayumi, does she treat you badly?
Huh? No, not at all. I can't really seem to get close to her, though.
Oh, alright then. Is she a business lady? Because she looked a little bit like a business lady, and this is a very humble home. I don't know if Sachi's bad at telling lies or not, but it doesn't seem like a lie at least. She might be getting her injuries from being bullied at school after all, but without knowing how her family treated her, I couldn't be sure. Okay, I'm going home then. You can return the manga whenever.
Oh, sure, leave me here all alone with the monsters. Really, thank you so much.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you.
Hey, no stutter, no spaces, anything. She spoke clearly. I think she digs me. Sachi hoists the bag of manga up with a grunt and heads inside. After making sure she made it inside all right, I walk over towards the window and watch her change clothes. Then I start walking toward my own house. I'm worried that our relationship isn't coming along as well as I had hoped, but at least it doesn't seem like she's being abused by her family, so that's something. At any rate, I think we've gotten a little bit closer than we were before, and I smile as I think about that. Hey, we making friends. Ooh, end of chapter. Hey? Ooh, she's smiling. She's happy. Act 3. Have one's eyes on. The next episode. But anywho, this has been Love at First Sight. I hope you've enjoyed reading. If you did, then give the like button a tap. And if you want to see more like this or more from me, then give the subscribe button a big thumbs up. I will see you all next time, and remember to stay groovy.